All right, much ado about nothing time. Approach of the cats. Oh, goodness. In standard. Well, we got a plan, we got a plan, we got a plan. No cats needed this game. We live until we cast 2 copies of Approach. We only have 2 copies in our deck, but we have them both in hand, which is already kind of against the odds. Chef of Dunes for our opponent, and a Renegade map. Sure. And we have some ways to find our land. So let's Glacial Fortress, Strategic Planning, for plains. Pass the turn. We can even just champion a Wits away this Adorn Pouncer, and then get it back as a 4/4, when it's actually a bit scarier. Hopefully this is not Esper tokens, because they could have counters. If it's just black-white, I think we're almost guaranteed to win this game. Anointed Priest, or even if it's Abzan, as long as it's non-blue, with a Fumigate in hand, I can't imagine they can actually stop us before we just cast these approaches. Champion of Wits, discard Walking Ballista, Adorn Pouncer, and pass the turn. Question's going to be, what do we do with this cast out? I guess we'll have to see if we start drawing lands. If we start drawing lands, then we'll definitely cast out something. Opponent gets in for 1. Yeah, we'll take it. If we don't draw land, then we might have to cycle it. Opponent passes. There's a land. So play the plains, pass the turn. Wow, things are shaping up this game. Hidden Stockpile. Attacks. Block the Vampire. And then we're just going to cast out Hidden Stockpile. This does mean we're not cycling for a land, but hopefully that's okay. Our opponent doesn't have much pressure yet. We get back an Adorn Pouncer, which is going to be pretty massive. Oh, we draw land anyway. We'll play the plains. Eternalize Adorn Pouncer. Pass the turn. So, I mean, our opponent is stuck on lands, but I don't think they're going to beat this draw anyway. Just having double approach in hand. This deck doesn't look right, but it's seeming relatively effective somehow. Adorn Pouncer is actually pretty scary when it comes back as a cat zombie. 4/4 first strike is pretty serious and now dead threat. But still, 4/4 first strike, it's a lot of damages. Opponent gets in. Down to 17, the world's slowest clock. And passes. We'll play Dunes, pass the turn. Not going to Fumigate here. I feel like we have roughly an infinite amount of time until we need to draw this land. I would be preferable if we just top deck it and approach, but our opponent is not putting us under any amount of pressure. Opponent, afraid of the Ambush Viper. Let's cycle cast out, see if we can hit a land. Alright, well, I guess we're back on the cat plan. Regal Caracal. Pass the turn. Opponent cycles. Alright, so they're Abzan, which is good news. 2 lands in a row, essentially. Winning without showing our opponent approach would be pretty awesome. If we can win without showing approach, it makes approach much better in game 2. If we show approach, like right now, our opponent hasn't seen much to suggest they should be bringing in like duresses and whatnot. So if we draw a land, we might actually just Champion of Wits. Ooh, well, alright. So I think we're far enough ahead, and we can win with approach essentially anytime, as soon as we draw one more land. I think the goalposts have moved, and now our goal is to win without our opponent knowing that we can approach them to death. We'll still approach them to death if we have to, but if we can just cat beatdown win, I would be thrilled with that. Wow, okay. I don't know about that logic. Maybe our opponent's setting up for a Fumigate. If they Fumigate away our board, then we probably will have to go on the approach plan. Anointed Procession. Yep. So our opponent can make a lot of tokens. Opponent passes. Well, I guess we couldn't approach yet anyway, because we are not finding land 7. Get back a Dorm Pouncer. I guess the problem we're going to run into is our opponent's going to be able to really clog up the board here in a minute. Even just like blocking. Alright. I was thinking they might just block and let Anointed Priest die and get back 2 copies of it, but cracks the map. Gets a plains. Plays the plains. Man, opponent's land's even uglier than ours somehow. That's impressive. There's the Fumigate. Alright. Well, I guess we're going to have to approach if we draw land. Sacred Cat. Okay, get in there, Sacred Cat. Come on, deck. Land, Champion of Wits. Man, it would be sad if we lost from here. It seems unlikely, but if they like Faraska, get back Hidden Stockpile, and we whiff on lands for maybe 3 turns, it still could go bad from here. Bone it. Alright, double Anointer Priest. Gains a bunch of life. Good news is, approach, you don't care about your life gain, opponent. And passes? Passes. There's a land. Alright. Well, I guess we're just going to approach you. And you thought we were Cat Tribal and life was good. We gotcha. I just love the troll factor of the approaches in this deck. Because our opponent, they were thinking, right there, they're thinking, all right, we got it. Like, our mana was a little rough in the beginning, but we're good. We got double Anointer Priest. We're going to come up this board. There's no way this screwball is going to kill us with Regal Caracles and Adorned Pouncers. It's not happening once we get our engine going, but haha. The sneaky approach. Usually when you play approach deck, because it's just like counterspell, and you're like, oh man, my life is miserable. But when you see cats, you don't think, oh, I'm probably gonna lose to approach. Opponent, yep. Oh, gaining that life. Man, they would have been good too. Well, I guess that shows the upside of approach in this deck, because I mean, our opponent is super stable. There is no way we're gonna kill them with creatures at this point. But thankfully, we don't need to. The horns cometh. Yep. You hit us. Sure, we'll take it. Down to 30. Opponent. Passing. You can do it. You can do it, opponent. I dare ya. Opponent passes. And approach you. Number 2. Yes. And we got there. We catted. We approached. We conquered. Let's bring in Forsake the Worldly. Is actually really good against our opponent's deck. We could even bring in Gideon's Intervention if we could find a way to do it. What are we going down? I don't really want Walking Ballista. Pinging 1/1s does not seem that reasonable. I don't even know about Sacred. The problem is they can bring in... We probably got to just bring in Negates over Sacred Cats. It's probably one of these matchups where we end up looking more like an approach deck. Man, Gideon's Intervention does seem... It seems hilarious in this matchup. I kind of want to find a way to do it, but I don't know. Maybe Gideon just isn't good enough against tokens. Let's go with Gideon's Intervention over Gideon. Because if we can name some certain things, it should stop that deck from really doing anything meaningful. Ooh, alright. This hand's actually pretty good against our opponent's deck. We can just exile all of their combo pieces. And then Caracal. Still not sure we can actually win with cats against tokens. They're just so good at clogging up the ground. Tap land, go. Opponent, swamp. And there's the Stockpile. That's the start our opponent wants. We take it. Down to 19. Well, Island, go. Negate's not bad. This hand's actually shaping up pretty nicely for us to win on the approach plan, I think. Evolving Wild's going to get our opponent some servo action. Duress. Yeah, I think we actually just negate that. Kind of want all these cards because they're so good against our opponent. Opponent cracks Evolving Wilds. Play, gets a planes. Gets in for 1. Yup. Servo, sure. Well, Sheffet Dunes, go. We're just going to Forsake the Worldly something. If they play Anointed Procession, we'll hit that. Ugh. More Stockpiles. Okay. Well, I guess we're hitting Stockpiles. Opponent goes attacking. Hits us for 2. Down to 16. Sacks. Alright. Exile a Stockpile. They are going to get about a million tokens now. I guess it's just a 1-for-1 trade, actually. Getting rid of that stockpile means they're not actually getting the 3 tokens they need. How do we do this? Really want to hit our land drop. Opponent scried to top. So I think we just got to pass, even though it means missing our land drop. The way this goes bad is if our opponent goes, if we tap out and our opponent goes Anointed, Procession, land, sack, then they have, oh my goodness, I just keep getting them. Well, this is just going to be instant replay of last turn. Opponent's going to attack, they're going to sack, we're going to kill a hidden stockpile. Down to 14. Opponent sacks. We forsake the worldly. I guess we should be doing this after the scry resolves because we're giving them more information, but I don't think it's a huge deal, but technically, leaves on top again. Plays a land. Come on, deck. Give us a land. Just give us a land. All right, there's an island. Pass. What are we worried about? Yeah, let's just pass. We can pass, cast out something. Once we get all their combo pieces off, we might actually just play Gideon naming Vraska. Opponent gets in for 2. Did they find Anointed Procession? Sacks. All right. Well, let's cast out. Get rid of hidden stockpile. We've done a pretty good job getting rid of hidden stockpiles. There's Anointed Procession, which is actually kind of annoying. Adorn Pouncer. We've got rid of the hidden stockpiles. All right, I think we start making our move and hope they don't hit more token producers. So Champion of Wits hits our land. Discard Pouncer. Discard. Man, can we win on the cat plan? Maybe. Maybe. I guess we discard Gideon's intervention for now. Play the land. Strategic planning. I also like strategic planning dumping eternalized cards in the graveyard. It didn't happen there, but it is a nice little synergy in this deck. So pass the turn. We could just hit another cast out for Anointed Procession, and that would be pretty good. At least our opponent's scry engine is offline. So they're just hoping to draw something to make tokens. Opponent gets in. We are more than happy to block here. Would almost rather have Champion in the graveyard, honestly. Opponent passes. We draw a land. Yeah, let's just get back Adorn Pouncer. Adorn Pouncer into Caracal, gain 10. Seems decent. Dead lands for our opponent. Fatal Push. Opponent's back out of cards. Well, this is fine. Now we just get to Eternalize Champion of Wits and draw a bunch of cards. Ooh. All right, new plan. Strategic planning. Take negate. Pass the turn. Now we can just cast out Anointed Procession. And then, I mean, we've just answered every question our opponent has presented. Opponent duresses. Well, let's cast out. Get rid of Anointed Procession. Opponent can duress the negate. And passes. Oh man, this has been a pretty good performance for Cat Approach. So let's just Champion of Wits. Hopefully hit more Champion of Wits. Man, Champion of Wits might be my favorite card in Standard. Oh, it's so good. Discard Fumigate. Discard Caracal. We're just going to hold the cast outs. Pass the turn. Cast out's super good against our opponent's deck. And we might be getting the non-approach beatdown win. Opponent passes. So get into a champion. Hit our opponent. They probably, well, maybe still have Fumigates in hand. Or in their deck. Strategic planning. Well, I guess we take approach. We're just going to kill our opponent in every way possible. Caracal. Pass the turn. Maybe this deck is actually just sweet. Opponent plays a tap land. Gonna start deadlandsing our Caracals. Oh, just kills a cat token. I think we actually just cycle an approach here. We're so far ahead. Yeah. Oh. Well, let's approach. Now I guess we just get the approach win after all. Oh, this deck. We have our opponent dead on essentially every axis. We're killing them with damage, we're killing them with approaches. We're just killing them every way possible. But I guess we just approach. I think we could have actually Chef at Dunes 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it would have put our opponent to 1. Well, can't approach. It's still working somehow. Thanks for watching the video. If you're subscribed, make sure to hit that bell icon to get notifications for all the latest videos. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you can find the next video right here.